Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'm run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Ball. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all. Living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you when we got involved, my idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave, but the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, should've had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, should've had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough.
What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment here from Level1Gaming.com. And congratulations, you guys have leveled up to 146. This is the Double XP podcast. After being gone for a week of not podcasting, I am happy to be back with my family talking about some games. Of course, today we will be talking about the biggest news in gaming, that some topic that happened to be floating around all over the internet yesterday with Microsoft officially owning Bethesda. We're going to talk about PlayStation 5 anti-cheating software happening as well. And, of course, you're going to hear the word exclusive a lot during the podcast. Let's get started with the introductions. The man to my right, the man with the clamps, Citizen Snips. And he's muted. Yep, he's muted.
I muted myself so you wouldn't hear my loud typing because you complained about it, and this is what happens.
Don't blame Fame.
But it rhymes. One of these days, I was saying we're gonna have to clarify that they're actually claws and not clamps. But I mean, they both sound good, so it's okay. I love you anyway, man.
That's what it's all about.
But I'm excited, man. We got a good show today. Some interesting stuff to talk about, and I caught some inspiration earlier today. So I've got a neat little kind of I guess it's like a mini trivia game almost to kind of play with y'all whenever you want to do that. Just let me know. We can squeeze that in whenever. But yeah, man, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to today.
Indeed, indeed. Next up, my right hand, man, Floor Hugger. What's going on, sis?
What's going on, Fame? I'm good. We're here. Fame not only has level 1 leveled up, Fame has leveled up that setup. Look at that. That's clean over there with them double shot controllers in the background.
Whoa.
That VR headset.
The double shock is back there, but I do got the real dual shock for somebody to call me poor.
Oh.
Somebody gonna call me poor for having a double shock, but
you're not poor. You just made a poor choice,
bro. Yes. Listen. I didn't know Amazon sold third party accessories. So when they said, man, I should have been reading better, but it did. I went back and that joker did say double shot.
Because I was there when you ordered it, and I'm like, did you read it? That sounds like too good of a deal. But yeah,
Dallas said something smart. We can't even hear him.
I know. For those of you that watched last night, I am sorry. OBS was being a special thing that I can't say because HR will find out. But
being a bleach.
It was being a bleach. But we are back. Fame is back with us. We are here, and we're here to be some foolishness.
Indeed.
Right.
Next up, Dallaz. Man.
Boy. I was over here singing my song. It was double shock all along.
Hey.
Man, say what's good, y'all? Like y'all know how I feel. It always seems like it's been a long time in between time, but we here and we on time for the most part. So yeah, I'm ready. Even though I'm just gonna spoil the whole thing for you right now when it comes to the whole Bethesda and Microsoft deal. Y'all really gonna act like we haven't been on this whole thing? Like this wasn't a thing already? All right, yeah, let's get it.
You know, as soon as you said it's been a long time, my mind went, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you.
Shouldn't have left you.
Without a dope beat to step two. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I was streaming earlier. I was playing Wolfenstein with Trevor, and Dallas comes in. He's like, "Man, you got some $1,000 dressing? 'Cause I got
I got depression.
It's like, stop.
Hey,
Yo.
Fame,
Yeah.
Fame. Is your breast size C4? Or some bomb ass titties?
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I'm offended, G.
So that's what the vibe of the show is like tonight.
Last but not least, half man, half God. Demi God Reviews.
Going on? What's up? What's up, fam? You forgot the most important topic tonight, man.
Women and wine?
You forgot the Apex is on Switch.
Oh,
Don't nobody want to play no 16 frames per second, my guy.
I'm not asking. I'm telling you. You forgot it.
I should have went and got my Switch.
We about to talk about this vast.
We're going to talk on it. We're going to talk on it.
We're gonna talk on it.
But
You forgot the other most important topic: women and wine and gaming. Yeah.
listen, if you guys are watching, tell me I need you guys to do two things. Number one, share the stream out, of course. Like, subscribe. We're over 300 subscribers now. That's big. Number two, do y'all remember? Do y'all remember when LeBron James went to Miami Heat and he got a headband to cover up his hairline being gone? Let me know if it worked for me.
And also, we can't move past the fact that Lil Toxic says Fame is looking like candied yams out there.
Yams. He said,
Hey, I'm gonna put a 6 on my. Let's go, baby.
That works, yo.
Hey.
I'm not gonna lie, that look works.
Somebody give me a Band-Aid to put under my eye.
oh, I'm in my Air Force One.
Trying to Nelly.
Big boy.
I'm in my Air Force One.
What happened to Nelly? Is he still alive? Like, what does he do?
He does a lot of like private investing in music production right now.
Volume up.
About to be like, what the hell? Private investigating.
Right? He's like, oh, he's a hedge fund manager for Merrill Lynch. Like, what the?
Fame, if you're going with the headband, you got to do like the LeBron heel turn also. You can't
You
just
know
wear
what?
the headband and not do the Miami heel turn.
The what?
You know what?
He was a heel when he was in Miami.
The heel.
Come on, heel.
Yeah,
It's
like
I am the bad guy
Oh,
on this
no, that-
podcast. Who gets more itch than me on this podcast?
You're not the bad guy.
Every
Because it was Fame all along.
every show has a
Hey,
villain.
y'all know what I just realized? If you decided to be like a gynecologist, technically you're technically
Wow.
you are a private investigator.
I guess we have to see where this is
Shut
going.
Oh,
Shut up, Dallas.
Who already posted "Holy fuckles, this knuckles"? I was just about to post
that
it.
other meme, the meme that came after it, is the one I'm mad about.
Holy
Oh,
fuckles,
ridiculous.
it's knuckles.
It's the meme after it that I'm mad about.
We know how this is gonna be.
It's
On the
that.
shelf.
It's definitely a day. But listen, we're gonna jump it right into the topics. Of course, I'm gonna put the first topic out there. Then, of course, I'm gonna dip away to do some stuff on the backside, for the YouTube, because we don't have to do that work for us, right? So I'm gonna go do some work on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Unless we get some people on level 1 want to come through and help us with the back end stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Sir.
Not my back end. I got that covered.
Whoa. You ain't gotta be so nasty.
Bruh. Now I know why church ladies have their fans, because I'm like, I'm hot. Dallas got me sweating already.
Dallas really hit with that one right there. I can't lie.
All right, so
Investigator, y'all.
we're gonna jump right into it because it's the topic that's on everyone's mind. Everybody mama that made a YouTube video with they self in the picture like this, or like this, or like this. Everybody mama that made a YouTube video, doing that nonsense. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about it because it is the hottest topic in gaming. So the EU and the SEC, or Am I getting that mixed up?
Don't let me be, you let me be.
Let me
Then
be so
have officially approved Microsoft to buy ZeniMax, which is the parent company of Bethesda. Phil Spencer had put out a comment and put out a statement. And in that statement, one of the things that's really got the internet buzzing is the word that some exclusives will be, well, some future Bethesda games will be exclusive to Xbox and PC. So I will get my thoughts about this, but I do want to get the panel's thoughts first. And Snips, I want to start with you. Number one, with this deal going through, I mean, all jokes aside, it's probably the biggest. People are saying merger, but it's an acquisition. This is the biggest acquisition we've ever seen in a game, and it actually went through. I just want to talk about the impact on Bethesda now being a part of Xbox Studios, and what you could potentially see what's happening with the games going forward, i.e., games like I don't know, Starfield, single player games, Wolfenstein, Doom, Elder Scrolls, multiplayer games, single player games. Your thoughts on what we could be seeing moving forward?
I think with as far as all the projects that they've announced that they're already working on or are in the works, I don't think we're going to see too much changes from them. Obviously, they'll have some additional financial and manpower resources if they want them to help speed up those projects or add something to those projects. So they'll have more flexibility there, which is nice. I think what this is going to allow for Microsoft, the benefit is you get games. You get good first-party games that are developed specifically for your console, which is great. Not to say that they'll all be exclusive or anything. I'm sure there will be some timed exclusives. I think Microsoft would be silly not to. It's just a smart business practice. I doubt we'll see any full-on exclusives. I don't think we'll see any of that. I think most of it will be timed exclusives.
Whoa!
A lot of it will be.
I'm gonna touch on that.
My personal opinion.
Yeah, I'll get. I'm gonna touch on that.
I'm not gonna eat any hats about it or anything.
I was like, I was so ready to make a bet, player.
No, sir. No, I'm smarter than that. No. But I do think the main benefit for Bethesda is that they've gained the ability now, because although they've been a very financially successful company and they've made some good games, I think they were kind of in that realm of, we can't really take too many risks. Like, we've got enough money to do what we want to do and we don't have to worry, but we've got to make sure that we're hitting pretty regularly with our main titles. Because if one's a flop, we could dive into financial trouble pretty quickly. So they kind of lost. I feel like they've never had the ability to really gamble on something and be like, let's try something completely out of the box. So I think this partnership, or this now merger, acquisition, whatever the heck you want to call it, with Microsoft, gives them that financial backing to, it's like, you know what? You want to try some weird VR game? Go for it. You want to try something crazy that's completely different from anything you've ever done? You want to make a RTS? Go for it. Like, I think this allows them that safety net to be like, hey, I can afford to try this thing without sacrificing the projects I'm already working on and without worrying that it's going to financially cripple my company if it goes wrong. So I think that's a huge part of it for them. So for them, it's just like a big sigh of relief. I'm sure Todd Howard's kicked up with a glass of some fine whiskey, sipping on it every day. Like, I'm good. You know, we finally got him those canvas bags, and now everything's looking up. But yeah, I think it's a win-win for both parties. And like I said, I don't know why everybody wants to act surprised now. We knew this was coming for a long time. I personally felt there was almost no chance of this being denied by either, any regulatory committee, because if you deny something like this, then you need to go back and take a real hard look at stuff that you've let McDonald's or Amazon or Walmart do. Because if you want to start, complaining about monopolies, you've kind of already let a few set up in your backyard. So it'd be a little hypocritical, I think. But yeah, man, I think it's good. And I think the Sony fanboys who are all freaking out and want to either flip-flop between, well, Bethesda's crap, I don't want their games anyway.
I have a PC anyway.
This is dumb, don't make anything exclusive, even though that's the main thing I brag about for my console. Relax. I don't think you're going to be hit that hard. Like I said, my personal opinion, I think we're going to see timed exclusives, no out-and-out exclusives. And, worst case scenario, you can always play the games on your PC, too.
Listen, I'm getting ready to jump to Demi, but I got to jump in right after Snips gave his personal opinion, which I respect 100%. But I'm going to say this: you don't spend 7.5 billion to have people not force people into your ecosystem. When we got games like Elder Scrolls Online, that needs to stay multi-platform because it's MMO. You want as many people playing that game at all times as possible. You got games like Fallout 76 continue to get updated support on the PS4 because it's an online multiplayer style game. I see franchises being completed, maybe Wolfenstein 3. If that's the end of Wolfenstein before they start doing something different or something else, I can see it get completed on PS4. However, I think a game like Starfield that we've never seen before, and they were actually shopping an exclusivity deal. We know Sony was trying to strike a deal to get that game exclusive. That joint ain't coming to PlayStation consoles. No, ain't no way.
Here's the only reason I think that might not be the case, and we've discussed this before. When it comes to bringing your games to other platforms, at the end of the day, it is more money. So I think, and the reason, like, timed exclusive is vague. I understand. I'm not thinking a couple months. I'm thinking probably a couple years. Like if Xbox drops Starfield, it'll say 2 years on Xbox only. Once we feel like we've hit max saturation for how many people are going to buy this on our console, let's make some more money by opening up and letting PlayStation have it too.
But Microsoft will make more money off of you subscribing to Game Pass than they will you paying $60 on PlayStation, because they got to give PlayStation a cut. But if they get you in the Game Pass, and once you get in the Game Pass, I know there are people who say, well, I got it for $1, never went back and never got back into it. People can front all they want to, because we're hearing the numbers about Game Pass jumping all the time. Once they get you in, you're like, oh, I can play this? I can play what? I can play, huh? And even if you get in just on PC, let's say you don't buy Xbox, you just get on for PC. What is it, $5, $7 or something like that? They got you. You're going to subscribe and you're going to walk away from it, not going to think about it again. Because especially when them games start rolling or coming in with 23 studios, you're going to stay subscribed, right? So in my opinion, I think it financially makes... Now, some titles, I do agree with that. But I think to Microsoft, if I'm on the board of Microsoft, I want to see those numbers, those sub increases jump. Because to me, that's long-term. Every month, I'm hitting your pockets. To me, that's going to be worth it to me. And if I can force you to buy an Xbox because you won't build a PC, even better. Even better. I just think the games that are continuations, games that are MMOs are going to stay multi-plat. I do think games like Starfield, and I tell people all the time, I love Randall Thor. Randall Thor is my guy. If he says something, if he's telling people he's hearing that something exclusive, that's somebody I'm not going to bet against. If Rand say, yeah, I'm hearing this, I'm a rock with Randall Thor. If you don't know who Randall Thor is, you're living under a rock. Randall Thor say it's going to be exclusive. I'm going to listen to that man because he got the inside scoop.
I do fully agree with you that they're going to try and push everything to more of a subscription-based model because Amazon, Netflix, subscription services like that proved that that's a super effective business model for recurring revenue. So
turn Dallas up.
I think that's the future of it for sure.
Demi God, we got you, boss.
But Game Pass is ruining gaming. like this is ruining gaming, y'all.
Is it?
Is
As
it?
a gamer, I feel hard pressed to agree.
I mean, we all know Game Pass is anti-consumer.
This is ruining gaming for me.
For them, yeah.
Demi God, what do you think? I know you got some thoughts about this, brother. What you got?
This is crucial. This is critical. This is a pivotal moment for Xbox, and I'm not agreeing with this some word. Yeah, I can see Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online staying multi-plat because you want the numbers to be boosted across platforms. But if I was in Xbox's shoes, I'm locking everything down. You gonna have to get an Xbox or PC to come play this. I wouldn't waste time. Like, let all the series finish out, and everything else should be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. This some word is not in favor for me. I want flex the guns. You pay $7.5 billion to give some, lock it down. Throw away the key. Buy an Xbox. You want to play this next Elder Scrolls? Buy an Xbox. That's how I'm thinking. You're not spending big bucks.
Or again, catch me on PC.
Yeah, but
Catch me on PC. How about
and
that?
for everybody who's always said, I don't have to buy an Xbox, I got a PC. Oh, Bethesda isn't this, Bethesda isn't that. I don't want to hear it. Because I always catch people, well, Wolfenstein is a good series. But that's under Bethesda. I thought you didn't like their games. But I love the Evil Within, man. Just say you don't like the bigger names like Elder Scrolls and Fallout and call it one. Everybody's trying to circle around. Oh, I don't like Bethesda. Never liked their games. I never liked this and that. But you like Bethesda's games. And it's okay. Just say that.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in Xbox's shoes, buy an Xbox. Or build a PC. I'm not holding this somewhere. Just, I know if you're doing an MMO, you got to keep the numbers boosted up. No problem. But everything else, come get an Xbox or PC.
Now, see, as I work on trying to figure out why everyone's saying the volume is like, I'm cranking like volumes up like mad crazy. I'm not sure why they're not getting y'all better, but I know.
Sometimes we're not actually talking. If you see me and Dallas cracking up, it's just we're cracking up. It's not the volume low.
I do want to get Hugger Stall's next because I know I put this headband on and she's just been fanning herself ever since. So I know she's itching to say something.
Lord Jesus, I feel like
hot and ready like Little Caesar's pizza over there.
Seat warm.
Y'all. Oh, we all going to hell tonight. I hope y'all are ready for this train wreck. I'm with Snips here where I think it's time exclusive, not 6 months or whatever, but like years, because we're finding it even with PlayStation, these companies, they want as much money as they can milk, even if it's 10 years down the road, they're still going to do it because people will and can put the games on and will pirate them illegally. So they're like, let me give you money or let me give you the option to buy it here, but in a couple months or a couple years, go buy it here. I mean, I own Persona 5, but I'm holding out to play it on PC. I still don't know why they put Persona 5 Strikers before they put Persona 5 Atlas. But I think it's cool, but we also don't know what that $7.5 billion was entailed. We don't know if they had to pick up any Bethesda debts, any ZeniMax debts, any ID debts, what exactly they're paying for. I mean, they're paying for everything, but like 7.5 is a big number that allows a lot of ambiguity to be in that number. I think a lot of the stuff will come to Game Pass day one, or not day one at least, but it will be on Game Pass because they do want you in their ecosystem. But I don't think it's going to stay on their ecosystem because it just, as a company that wants to make money, it doesn't make sense to not put it out to every single platform you can get it. And some games like Wolfenstein are such a historic franchise that you can't put them on one system, because if they stayed on one system, it never would have left PC. So they just want money. We gotta stop thinking with our emotions and all of this. They just want the money. They don't care. They really don't care about us.
And all people come to this podcast for is you, because I'm over here hugger too low. No, turn hugger too loud. No, she turned it up loud. I'm like, bro, like I don't know where to go with this.
Do away with all the boxes and just.
I'm just gonna put hugger, bro. This the hug cast, bro. I don't know what to do. They're telling me hugger too loud. No, make her louder. That's the only reason we're here for. Like, and she must be Satan because Canada is like negative 17 degrees Celsius, and she hot. How, Sway? Lift your window up.
My window's actually frozen shut. I can't open it if I wanted to. It's frozen shut. I wish I could.
Yo, Dallas, as someone who is, I keep saying you're new to the PC game, but it's been what, a year now?
Just about, almost.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
To a year anniversary since you lost your legs. I want to just talk about this because you're somebody who just been eating. Because here's the thing, and I said this on Twitter. People try to twist my words.
He called you fat.
If you got a PC, you're eating.
I mean,
you're eating.
I do keep pulling fruit snacks out of nowhere, so.
Large and in charge.
Man. Hey, so look, while I can't hate on Demi for what he was saying, I get it from a petty standpoint and from from the standpoint of just kind of wanting to see somebody flex one good time. So like sometimes when you put your foot down, or when you know somebody got to put their foot down, you kind of want to see them put it on somebody's neck. I understand. Like I get it, but let me tell y'all a story about how PC is winning. Like, let me just tell y'all a story about how what you should be doing is we want to buy you a PS5 and then build you a PC. I mean, if you want to get an Xbox, cool. It's just ain't nothing wrong with having everything just for the sake of having everything. But you're still gonna get them games anyway. So, go ahead and build you a good old PC. Invest in it. And because I've been happy. And I ain't even moving into next gen yet. And like, I don't know, man. Look, as far as for one, like, okay, so was there ever a doubt when we first heard about this deal? Was there ever a doubt that it was gonna go through? Did anybody think that there was gonna be anything held back?
I had the smallest of doubts. Only reason being is because regulatory system, man, when it comes to people thinking you're a monopoly, because how many times did we see T-Mobile try to buy Sprint? It failed multiple times before they finally said, all right, somebody had to come through and say, hey, I'll be another phone provider before the regulatory people say, all right, we'll let you go ahead and buy T-Mobile. I had the smallest doubt. I hope for the best, but I didn't 100% have faith it would go through because, man, when companies look at you as a monopoly, they'll break you down in a heartbeat.
Well, that's those are laws written back in the 1800s. At least here in Canada, I know we have it. No one company can be a monopoly. They will, if you get close to monopoly status, they'll either tell you, "Hey, back off," or they'll start dividing your company up for you and branching it off. There's actual written laws from 200 years ago that you can't be a monopoly.
We got a couple laws from 200 years ago that's messing us up still, but
hey, laws are all well and good until those really rich, large companies start lining the pockets of the people who are supposed to uphold those laws. Maybe they don't matter so much
on the monopoly thing. While I'm really with you on the monopoly thing, they let Disney have most of Fox. As far as what they wanted out of there, they only wanted so much. They didn't want Fox News. I don't give a damn about that. They don't want no stories. I don't give a damn about that. But they gutted out what they wanted, which, truth be told, was the best part. They took all the best parts of Fox and get to do with it whatever they want. Indeed. It's they shit now. If we could see Disney gut every single company that makes something creative, I'm waiting on them to go buy DreamWorks. Real stuff.
I've been saying.
Do we really want
did I miss something?
Disney to do that?
No, we don't. But they would if they wanted to.
Listen.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked. I know it's a long shot, and I know we're gonna get off topic a little bit, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Disney pay up for Sony Productions just to get Spider-Man back. Because that's the only thing they missing is they Spider-Man IPs. They bought everything else back. I wouldn't be shocked if one day we hear Disney trying to buy Sony Pictures. Just putting that out there. But when it comes to Microsoft, go ahead.
Disney is really killing right now is the Marvel side, because most of their movies have failed, especially those live action god awful abominations from the beautiful age of silver screen of animation. Some movies should stay animated. It's only Marvel that's kind of really keeping them afloat. Not that Disney is sinking, but until we see what Marvel next phase, and there's nothing besides The Mandalorian and those big franchises that is. I'm oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Disney and watch whatever they got out. I don't really care. Besides from 2 franchises,
they own Star Wars. They own they own Marvel. They own everybody's childhood. Everything that Disney's ever done at this point, and not even stuff that they came up. Anything that wasn't already tied down, nailed to the floor, they took long before they grabbed Marvel or Star Wars. They owned just every shut up, Burger. Every oral tradition. You know what I mean? Every story people used to tell around the freaking campfire they own. Think about where Aladdin actually came from originally. All the Brothers Grimm stories, they own all that.
Man, have you ever read the original Brothers Grimm's? They're hella dark. I mean, most German folk tales are, but
it was Brothers Grimm for a reason.
Like a
Yeah.
original Sleeping Beauty story.
Now look what y'all got started in the chat. Here go Kevin. I like oral. Now see, this is why we had a short on the channel. Our subscribers is freaks. All 301 of y'all is freaks because y'all rock with us and we be saying the most obscene ish. But we love y'all.
I think y'all just want that big lady from Resident Evil to step on y'all. That's all that is. We see somebody. Hey, but the point I'm making is they might not let there be a monopoly. They'll let you get pretty goddamn close.
And listen, at the end of the day, you know, Microsoft apparently isn't done, you know, buying up studios. So if this, you know, if there's more coming, that might be a conversation down the road. But I want to say this. If you're on social media and you're still with the rhetoric that I don't need to buy an Xbox or build a PC, all I need is my PlayStation, don't do that. Don't do that.
Volunteers tribute.
Don't do that because you look stupid. At this point, you are holding back privileges. You're holding back pleasure. Like I can't find the words to subscribe to describe what I'm trying to say, but don't deprive yourself. Vice versa too, because somebody bound to say people say it on both sides. I hear it all the time, but don't do that. Don't embarrass yourself on social media and don't try to twist people's tweets around because listen, I'm gonna come at you and make you look dumb. So don't do that. Listen, if you want to play a game, whether it's God of War Ragnarok or Doom 3 or whatever, Wolfenstein 3, Starfield, buy the platform that the game is on. It's easy. And don't hear here and tell me about, oh, everybody ain't got $500. I get that, but you stand in the line for some fake Jordans every other week. Like, stop. Like, y'all out here buying condoms and still having sex raw, but you ain't got enough money to go buy you an Xbox Series X? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, hold on. Listen, condoms $12. The Xbox is $500. That's a difference ratio right there.
How much is diapers, though?
I was about to say, you know how much college is?
Hey, hold on. First of all, I'm not gonna let you slide. You said like the worst Doom ever.
You knew what I meant. You knew what I meant.
You should have been like, yeah, Doom Eternal.
Dallas, what did I turn back around?
I should have said the next Doom. The point is, y'all spend money on everything else: shoes, lip injections, liposuction, the new iPhone, but you say you can't spend $500 for a PS5 or Series X or get you build you a PC or go buy you a pre-built PC. You're lying. You're lying.
The problem is the people who hold on to that console war. There's no reason. Even the companies don't have console wars. They work together. They are all together. We're all in this together. They just do all their things together, and there's no point to have a console war. You don't need an Xbox if you have a PC. A PlayStation's looking like there's, catching on that whiff of money that Xbox is making, and just like enjoy your game. It boils down to I don't understand why others play games.
Listen, dudes ain't paid child support in 6 years. I know you got the money, and Game Pass is cheap.
I'm enjoying the war.
Hey y'all, they giving all kind of bad advice in the chat. He talking about it's okay to go raw if your pull-out game on point. You know, ain't nobody pull-out game ever.
Don't do that.
Oh my goodness.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Here go.
You started this with that gynecologist joke.
You know, the same people who give that kind of advice be paying child support to like 3 different ladies. So
let me tell y'all, man. Y'all need to go to horny jail.
Nope.
All of y'all need to go to horny jail because y'all been on one tonight.
Ain't nobody horny. Listen, all we saying is y'all spend money on everything else in the world, but you claim to be a gamer, but you don't want to buy another platform, build another platform. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is a gynecologist is technically a private investigator.
Go to horny jail.
Can we ban?
Glorious Kev in the chat.
Trying to have a gaming podcast over here.
Glorious Kev in the chat. Quit lying. You got like 6 kids.
Man, how many kids you got?
I don't got any that I know about. I'm not silly. I wrap my willy. All right. Shout
out to really quick. I do want to get to a comment in the chat from my homie Fastback. Fast, but
What's
good
up,
to see you in the
Fast?
chat, man. I can't wait till PAX come back so we can meet up again. I about to say hook up. Everybody would have said pause, and then I would have got clipped, and then it just would have been out. Can't say nothing on this podcast. But listen, he said exactly, Fame. If you can't afford multiple consoles and prefer that one, it's okay. Enjoy what you like without bashing other preferences. That's all. Don't act like you don't care about Bethesda all of a sudden. Don't act like you don't care about Bethesda all of a sudden. Don't do that. Just be like, hey man, I'm broke.
They're tweeting out, I don't care about Bethesda. Their game's trash as they sit there crying, flipping through their Elder Scrolls 4 guidebook. Like, the memories.
I mean, we talked about this several times. The console wars and all this just makes me laugh because I didn't have enough. My first few consoles, my cousin gave me my SNES, but I had to go to pawn shop to get my other consoles. So I'm like, I couldn't afford shit back in the day, so I really don't care. Now that I can afford it, within reason, mind you, affording it in Canada is like, I have to sell a kidney. How much a kidney's worth?
You got to be big ballin'. I think at least 10K last time I looked on the black market. I mean,
you looked on the what?
You know, a gynecologist is really just a private investigator.
Did he say, what you mean, you people?
Whoa, sir.
Yo, Smith's about to get canceled.
So this is the episode where you know we're all going to hell, and y'all coming with us.
But listen, on the way down, hit the like button and share the stream out. Just put it out there.
Please. And
Just
subscribe.
hit the
If y'all
like
not
button.
subscribed,
Share this with your mom and your dad and your cousin.
Share it with your grandma, because I bet you your grandma's more of a freak than you know.
Hey, listen.
She gonna be all up in that.
Hit the bell if you want to show some loving. We just trying to level 1 and get the name buzzing.
Man,
What are they that'll be?
man.
Double time, double fine, double A batteries.
Double A
Double mid twins
batteries.
trying to jump my anatomy. You ain't leave a like.
You don't even like
your
it. You ain't had the audacity.
Man, y'all gotta knock your boxes off and then just put my face front.
Wait,
and
knock
center.
your box off.
And-
Ma'am.
Did she say
I'll
knock
knock
our
you
box
off.
off? Did she say knock my box off?
Put it in the dryer for later.
Wait.
Now hold on. Now I'm getting hot. Now hold on. Now she said knock our box off. Woo!
How long you think? Hey, in the chat, how long y'all think it'll take me to knock Fame's box off? Because he's a big boy, man, and I'm a little one.
He's married, okay? I'm gonna need you to calm down.
But he was showing us his thighs earlier, pulling up them pants real slow. So, look at them knees. They ain't ashy or nothing. Watch out. That's $10, y'all. I need some $10 and on PayPal. Thank you. I'm pimping Fame out over here.
What did I just come back to?
Oh, Jesus loves
shit.
us. That's what you, Dallas.
Listen,
Dallas.
I don't even know
That's
what you're
a
talking
good
about.
sign of you need to hire a teenager for your design firm to be like, is that a penis?
listen. I'll leave podcasting for 1 week and come back to this nonsense. I love y'all.
Oh, wow.
For real. I love y'all.
Oh, that's
for
what
real.
happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all, wow, I need to go to horny jail. It's crazy.
Horny jail. Is Lady Dimitrescu in there? Because
That's just what I need.
that 9-foot lady.
She's a,
Yeah, y'all
she's a
a little-
tyrant. What's going on?
No.
Praise Jesus. We all
That was a
gone.
big release this week.
Thank you, Little Toxic, before we
Wait.
get into the next topic. He said, Fame thighs look like syrup smothered pancakes.
Horny jail now.
He said unpause.
Oh, no.
Unpause.
Jesus.
Oh.
My-
Listen. No matter whatever happens to the podcast of Level 1, for the people who've been rocking with us, man, all of y'all do. Like we legit love y'all, man. We literally could never get another sub, but we'll rock out forever for these same people, man. You guys are
real,
awesome,
for real.
man. But listen, really quick before we come off this topic, right? Because we got a couple more things we need to talk about. So at the end of the day, some means a few, does some mean most are going to be exclusive to Xbox PC? Really quick around the room, because to me, some means most.
Some.
Some means some.
Did I just?
Yeah.
I think I just did. Hold up. Oops.
I'll go with most.
Listen,
I'll go with most. But again, timed. No true.
Yeah.
I don't think true exclusives are ever going to be a thing ever again. Whether it's years down the road.
Well,
eventually you reach a point where I can't make any more money selling this game to my user base because they all have it already. But if I open it up to these people who have not had access to it, there's a whole new revenue stream right there.
now, Snips, let me ask you this: if it was the other way around and Sony bought Bethesda, would we be saying these games would be timed exclusive?
No,
I think so. Yeah, I think Sony's. I think Xbox is more open to that idea right now, but I think Sony's coming around.
it's like
I
if
think the
Sony-
more they release these games on PC, and the more they start seeing this additional money they're making, the better that idea is going to sound.
Glorious Kev, really fast. My bad, Demi. Glorious Kev just hit the nail on the head. I was thinking earlier, and I should have said it. Some means we can't remove Deathloop and Ghost to Tokyo from PS5. Because when they talk about games still coming out, those two are part of it. So they can't say all the games are going to be, because you still got games that are currently year exclusive on PS5, and Microsoft has already said that they will.
That's true.
They will, any deals in place, they will
playing
honor
ball.
them. Yeah, but go ahead, Demi.
Bro, it's like if Sony bought Take-Two, we not gonna hear about some. It's gonna be everything exclusive.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
I think there's
I
all
think-
these companies. There's just too much money to be made by keeping it exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, because if that was the case, all these games, God of War and stuff, would be coming to PC, and you wouldn't have to eat a hat.
God of War not coming to PC. God of War. Not coming to
Yes, it is.
God of War. No, it's not.
I mean,
Yes, it
Until I
is.
Yakuza would have never come to
until I
Game
get
Pass.
confirmation.
All right. God of
Okay,
War
I
coming
mean-
to PC. God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Nathan Drake collection is all coming to PC. You're going to have to get that Scully and eat it.
Do yourself a favor and start looking up hat recipes, if any.
Yeah.
Of those. I'm
Until
sure
I
there's
see
some. It's
Kratos'
the
bald
internet.
head on
They
top
make
of it.
nacho hats. They make. I mean, you
No,
have
no,
to
no,
get
no.
actual hat,
No,
but
yeah, edible hats. No edible hats.
Can somebody go back to that episode? I'll find you the
eat
number.
that.
I thought he said
and
Ghost of
just,
Tsushima.
put that.
I'm eat
I
that
think
hat
he
like
said
a
Ghost
steak.
of Sushi too. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, all of them going to PC anyway. So
They
it
all
doesn't
going
matter.
anyway, yeah. So either way, you're going to eat
When
that.
Bloodborne,
It's not happening. Bloodborne not happening either.
All right.
Bloodborne needs its life on PC because
When Ghost of Tsushima
Man.
and God of War hit PC, like we're telling you they are, you're gonna get on live with that Scully, and I want you to go to Pound Town. Eat it.
whoa,
excuse me.
whoa,
Whoa,
E-
whoa,
Eat it.
whoa.
no one
What?
wants to be defeated.
Your throat is gonna be destroyed.
Oh, this meme is about to be hella petty, but
Your throat is gonna
What
be
am I-
sore.
What am I going to?
Oh,
Where am I going?
To Pound Town. You gonna to throw downtown.
Nah, I went throw downtown, dog.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Nah,
Yo.
I went throw downtown.
I want to get another comment in the chat from Eastside49, number one, bro. Eastside49. First time I seen you in the chat. Thank you for rocking with us. We really appreciate it. Hit that like button. I want to read your comment out. He said Microsoft goes to increase Game Pass subs. Having exclusive content in it will do just that. Ding. Besides the obvious, games not being exclusive, everything else from ZeniMax will be. Nail on the head. But number one, thank you for being here. Number two, thank you for the comment. Number three, 49ers is trash. Cowboy Nation all day.
Cowboys
Yeah.
trash too.
Hey, we just signed
Yeah,
back. Don't worry about it.
you can love your team. You know what?
My team can be
Love your
trash, and I love my team, but I'm still call for the 49ers trash.
I mean, I think as a Patriots fan, I can agree with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus.
Why I say the
Yeah.
craziest things? I'm the most chill person on the podcast. I
Bro,
hardly
you
ever.
gotta take a
Dallas.
hat to Pound Town, bro. Like,
We not gonna move past what Dallas just posted.
Yeah, we
though.
are. We're gonna move right past it.
No, okay.
first of all, listen, y'all talking about this Bethesda thing, but y'all not talking about the big release this week, man.
No.
Oh no.
Wait,
Apex on Switch.
actually, wait. Before we get to that, that would be my trivia game would be the perfect lead into that.
Okay, let's do
Uh-oh.
it. Let's do it. We need a
So
song.
I was
Somebody make up a
curious.
song.
What has he got for us today?
all right.
Never
So
gonna let you.
and pardon me, I'm gonna be flipping back and forth between some tabs here as I try and draw this.
You got some
comparison for you.
tabs open?
back, forth and forth.
I did
back
some
and
research
forth,
on my
now,
phone like a
let me see you
professional.
back and- Yeah.
Here's the deal. All right, so I got a little bit curious, so I decided to look up
You
a hardware
bi-curious.
comparison.
Whoa.
Stop. Let the man read, y'all. Come on.
Oh boy. That Pound Town comment makes sense, huh?
Okay. 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 All right.
anyways.
Trivia time. Let's do it.
Listen. So I wanted to do a hardware comparison between two consoles that I know of. So console 1, which shall remain nameless, quad-core ARM processor, clock speed of 1.02 gigahertz. Okay. NVIDIA proprietary-based graphics chip. Basically, we'll just compare clock speeds as the easiest way to kind of get a base reference. Max clock speed of 768 megahertz. Okay, so really just remember 1.02 gigs, 768 megs. 4 gigs of RAM at 1600 megahertz, which is super slow for RAM. So 4 gigs of RAM, 1600 megahertz. Okay, and 32 gigs of internal storage. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Option 2. Qualcomm Snapdragon processor. It's a mobile-based processor. It's an 8-core processor versus the quad-core from before. And it's we'll compare the lowest clock because it's different cores are at different clock speeds. Lowest clock speed for which is for 3 of the cores is at 1.8 gigahertz. Okay, so faster processor. 512 gigs of internal storage versus the 32.
Okay.
18 gigs of RAM at 2750 megahertz.
Okay.
So nearly double this, or almost double the speed, and way than double the capacity.
What is the Switch?
And then what was the last one I didn't cover? Oh, the graphics chip. So graphics chip, it's a proprietary graphics chip kind of thing. 840 megahertz clock speed. Okay.
Okay.
So between the two, which one do you want to do your gaming on?
It sounds like number 2, but I think that's the wrong answer.
It's not.
Number one is the
technically,
Switch, right?
Technically, you're correct. Number 1 is the Nintendo Switch. You guys want to know what number 2 is?
The Shield.
I lied to you a little bit. I tricked you. It's not a console. It's actually the Asus ROG Phone 5. So it's the latest smartphone from Asus. The latest smartphone from Asus absolutely demolishes the Switch in every hardware aspect you can think of. Internal storage, RAM, processor speed, graphics capabilities, resolution, frame rates, all of it.
Mercy. Jesus.
And I wanted to
what
bring
about the
all of
tools?
this up to say the Switch is not a bad console, okay?
It's not.
There are some really great games for the Switch. As a handheld, it's amazing, and I love it. But my problem is, and again, let me preface, I have zero issues with games becoming available on other platforms. I'm a gamer with no vested interest in the financial performance of Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, or any of them. I don't care what their balance sheets look like. I care that fun games come out and I get to play them. So I don't care what platform games go to, with one exception. When you have to take a game like Apex, which recently came to Switch, or Doom Eternal, or Outer Worlds, and butcher the ever-living heck out of this wonderful product that these devs worked so hard on to make it barely playable on your console, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. You're not doing anybody any favors. You're ruining the game, and the experience is absolute garbage.
Church.
So
Say it louder for the people in the back.
I love you, Switch. There are many games I want to play on you, and I'll even ignore the fact that you don't ever give me sales on anything ever.
Church.
Fine. Okay, I'll still give you money because I like your console. But stop trying to port games over that your console just can't handle.
Key.
Please.
Apex Legends on Switch.
Bear said it's not ready for that Apex pound sound.
Especially a game like Apex with so many different players on such a large map, you're gonna make that thing melt.
It's gonna be hot.
That's what she liked, though.
Completed pretty fast. Like
Stop.
when I stopped playing,
You
Well, I
need
stopped
anti-horny
playing.
tabs.
it was 67%. Like being from 100. Like that thing was going pretty
Jesus.
fast.
And you said you it felt like you were getting what 15 FPS, and that's
15,
with all
15.
settings on super low, like below what the lowest I could set them on
15
PC.
frames, and every time we were dropping, it was like super blurry. And I was like, What? Not to mention, motion controls are turned on as soon as you start it up.
It's like I saw that dude who was like, he was all upset, like he was super excited, and nothing against the dude, but like, man, there's no way in hell you're telling me that you did not know that game was going to play like trash on your Switch. Like, come on, that's common sense. If they ported it over to the Asus ROG Phone 5, Asus, I'm open for sponsorships, by the way, DMs are open. I love your products. It would be better than playing it on Switch, and that's ridiculous for me to think about. That a dedicated, granted, the phone it's a $1,200 phone, but what brand new phone isn't over $1,000 these days? Look at your latest iPhone, your latest Galaxy. If I really wanted to be mean, I could compare the processors and graphics capabilities of an iPhone 12 or the latest Galaxy Note to the Switch, and they'd probably beat it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we gave Switch a pass when Witcher looked semi decent, but we can't anymore. Because if you let them get away with stuff like this, Nintendo will continue to do it and charge you full price for it.
That's the problem.
Listen, I just want to see what Red Dead looks like on Switch.
Like hot butter potatoes.
Dude, that Red Dead made my Xbox One. I'm already forgetting. My Xbox One X. It was the only game that turned it into a PS4 where it was like a jet engine. Because it was a very demanding game with a very rich and detailed world. You're going to have to destroy the textures. You're going to have to destroy the draw distance. You're going to have to cripple that game. Like, you're going to have to cut its arm,
game was gonna look like a
one
PS1
leg, probably the other leg up to the knee, so its mouth shut, plug its ears, blind it, and you'll let it flop around at 10 FPS. It's not worth it, man. It's so not worth it.
They're going to take out so many customization options just because Arthur's beard won't be able to grow.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry so hard.
Like, people forget you got to give up so much just for it to. I can play in the bathroom. Cool.
You can play on the go.
You can get your phone. There's a Rainway or a Parsec is another one where you can have your PC on at home and just stream to your device, and your PC's playing it. There's so many other alternatives to whatever you're trying to jerry-rig there with the Switch. Stop it.
Play on the go. I can play on the go.
But it's trash.
I can play on the go. I don't care how it is. I can play on the go.
You must live life at 15 frames per second.
Are you really playing the game though at that point?
No, he playing himself.
Wait.
Demi playing with himself?
Pause.
Whoa,
on the go?
On the
Demi
go.
play with himself in public?
That's how you get on a registry.
Come on, title of your sex tape.
Oh.
Just saying.
Oh.
That sound did not help you.
Yeah, it really didn't.
We just saying.
Y'all are horny. What's going on?
Pause.
But listen, if that's
Have
what
you
it
seen-
takes, we are up to now 304. Like 3 more people just subbed, so we got to be horny every week to get these subs. We're gonna be horny every week.
Can we make it the great points I was making and my awesome comparison, and not your horny chunks?
Oh yeah, that's what it's about.
No, but for real, that was actually kind of perfect the way you framed it.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
then when
We
you
need
punched
to
them in the face
protect-
with the point.
We need to protect from the horny.
And
And
again,
we're protecting
nothing
from
against the Switch. I love the Switch. It has its place. I have one. I enjoy it. And there's plenty of games I want to play on it. But grade A, triple A, like titles that are pushing the boundaries of graphics and realism, I don't want those on my Switch because my Switch can't play them.
So here's some
Listen,
gameplay from Zeus.
Almost had a win
I got up on screen
Apex.
for y'all to see. He's playing the Switch, Apex on Switch. And
almost had a win on Apex Switch like before we started the podcast.
Dude, you're playing against like 2-year-olds who are smudging the screen with their applesauce, okay?
I have crossplay enabled, so like just keep that in mind. I was going in with
look at the ground.
game chugging.
Bro, this game mad
Yep.
ugly.
That game look like it's Vaseline like poured on the screen, bro.
Bro, it's
You can
mad
use that to
ugly.
cook after you done.
You know, it's
Dang.
crazy. It looked better here than it probably would if it was in your hands.
It looks terrible up front.
Mm-hmm.
I got depressed.
I got
10,000 mile
depression.
jet.
Listen, one more thing before we give our suggestions. Somebody say it right because I'm gonna say it wrong. Denuvo.
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 I think.
Denuvo.
Denuvo. Yeah.
Yeah.
The anti-cheat software will be soon available on PlayStation 5. This is
I
more
heard
of a
that's like super chuggy.
yeah, and that's what I wanted to get to. Like, it's
Yeah, I heard that.
depending on how it's really implemented. It sounds like this is something that if put on can really affect gameplay. So I do want to lend over here to Switch, Super Switch, Snips.
Super Switch.
Apex on your mind,
I want to switch over to Snips to kind of get his thoughts about this. Being our resident PC tech guy, it's kind of sort of. What are your thoughts on this going over to PS5 and the effect? Is it worth trying to get the few cheaters who are on console? Is it worth possibly having performance issues?
I think in concept it's a good idea. Because here's my stance on cheating in video games. If it's a single player experience kind of game, hell yeah, cheat all you want. I've cheated in GTA games. Like those games come with cheats because after you've beaten the game and you're kind of messing around, you can do some really fun stuff, and that's great. As long as it's only impacting your personal experience, awesome. The people that I have an issue with are those that go into online multiplayer, especially competitive multiplayer games, and cheat. That's like, you're sad. Go find something else to do with your life. You're disgusting in every single way.
Preach.
Why play the game at that point? You're not playing the game. A program is playing it for you, and in all rights, you're going to get banned eventually anyway. Just so you could Haha, I made that one guy mad because I cheated and ruined something he's worked hard for. Okay, cool, good for you. But the problem I think they're going to run into is, in my personal experience, and I could be wrong because I'm not super knowledgeable about this, I have not seen or experienced that I know of a third-party anti-cheat software that works the way it's supposed to without impacting game performance. All the ones that I'm familiar with, Valve anti-cheat and Counter-Strike, Riot has Vanguard and Valorant. They are integrated into the game itself and were developed by that company. So they built it from the ground up with that in mind, and that way it doesn't impact performance. But when you try and add something in third party, I feel like it's going to cause issues that you don't want. So if they can find a way to eliminate that, great.
I forget the one that Rainbow Six Siege uses, but that's always
easy anti-cheat. That's what Ubisoft uses.
Okay.
Oh, that shit whack.
See, I'm surprised.
Banning people.
Well, people are always cheating. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're going with Denuvo, because Denuvo is like the black sheep of the industry. Denuvo is probably one of the worst. If people hear your game has Denuvo, most PC gamers at least, will kind of like steer away from it because it's so bad. There was a case, it was Assassin's Creed Black Flag. They had Denuvo on it. The pirates cracked the game. So what Denuvo did, a whole system-wide thing, is lock down Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And they couldn't get in. Ubisoft themselves couldn't get in because Denuvo had locked it down so much. So they had to go to the pirate and ask how they got in to get around Denuvo and disable Denuvo from the inside. Denuvo is one of the worst anti-cheats out there. Like, there's Punkbuster, there's Easy. As much as I'm contentious with Ubisoft's Easy anti-cheat, it does its thing, but like Denuvo is bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's probably one of the worst you can have on your game. I'm surprised. Yeah, like I said, I'm surprised
they wonder why
mentioned
not
it.
build one from the ground up.
Or why not just use another one? There's readily available anti cheats that are out there.
Yeah. I don't know, if I want to make an anti-cheat, I'm gonna go to like Valve or somebody to see like how they did it. Personally.
Yeah. There's so many other anti-cheats that I don't know what Denuvo was paying them, because Denuvo, people were like, get it off. And Glorious Kevin can probably attest to that. It's bad, Denuvo. It's like really bad. And it kind of makes me glad I didn't get into PlayStation 5 yet, because that anti-cheat is bad. Like, I'm with Kev. Like, I cheat in single player games all the time. It's me, myself, and I. Who gonna tell?
It's fine. If you want to alter your own experience, go for it, man. Like, sometimes, especially after you've completed the main content of the game, it can unlock a whole nother world of fun, and you're not harming anyone.
Emailing the developers and letting them know you guys are cheating. You're done.
Yeah, but when they built in cheat support like Cyberpunk, they're encouraging it.
God,
I know,
I still haven't.
but yeah, don't cheat in multiplayer games. Otherwise, you're gonna be like that guy who cheated in Guild Wars. He'd been playing for years, put thousands of dollars in, decided to cheat. So the developers found out, stripped all of his characters naked, made them pronounce what they did in the Times Square, jumped them off the tallest building, and then banned him and all of his accounts for life.
Wow.
Damn.
Extra for no reason.
I mean, Guild Wars, they don't take it lightly. Trevor says there was a game recently that Denuvo screwed up and they had to remove it. I mean, there's been a couple games that Denuvo has been like, hey, I know you bought this legally, but I'm gonna say you cheated and lock you out anyway, and then ban you.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, I hope the whatever games, like, they saying it is going to PS5, but I hope whatever like individual games they use something else, because man, Denuvo's bad. Holy crap. I had like PTS Vietnam flashbacks as soon as Fame said Denuvo.
Well, technically he said Denuvo.
Well, you know
don't
what?
do
I'm
that.
gonna give him a pass.
You
Because
knew what
this
I meant.
week, or not last week because it was Dallas and I, but the week before, he said Benedict Cumberbatch name right.
I did
the
say
first
Benedict
try, so-
Cumberbatch.
About time.
No, you messed it up. It's not Benedict.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict.
What?
Eggs Benedict.
Benedict.
Hold on,
Ex
hold on,
Benedict
hold on.
Cumberbatch.
Hold on.
There you go.
Yo, y'all been wilding on this podcast for all tonight.
Benedict.
And like you haven't
Cumberbatch.
contributed.
I
You know,
have-
There you go.
I knew today was going to be a good show, but I didn't know how good.
Resident Evil. Oh, so Trevor, thank you, Trevor, is also my man in command with me on Cogs in a Wheel. Cogs in a Machine. Oh my god, what did I say? Well, he said Resident Evil 3, the remake, had it, and they removed it. And Doom Eternal has it still, but is looking to remove it.
Yeah, I heard
Yikes.
Doom had some issues with it. I think they smoothed them out a bit, but originally it was causing some frame drops and like bad stuff.
This is really bad then.
Yeah, it's not a good look. I mean, it's not like that was the main issue I had with Valorant at first. They put the anti-cheat software in, but it was always running even when Valorant wasn't up.
Mhm.
But now they fix that, and it's like, okay, yeah, pop off, baby, do your thing. But yeah, Denuvo, oh,
Listen,
you can't get around it.
before we get to our suggestions for the week, I do want to give you guys a bit of a quick update. So Mondays, the weekly shows, right? Because you guys know about that weekly content, right? So Mondays, you guys will be getting 15 minutes of fame. Shout out to Dallas for the music and for the overlays. Tuesday, you got Cogs in a Machine. Of course, today's Wednesday, you got Double XP Podcast. Tomorrow's Thursday, Take Two. Friday, we got Peep Game Podcast. And Saturday, the newest members of the family got Ready, Press, Play, right? So we got content Monday through Saturday over at Level 1. If you don't like something on Monday, you'll like it on Tuesday, or you might like it on Wednesday. We got something for everybody. We're going to get our suggestions for the week. We'll go around the ring. I'm going to start with the homie Dallas. What you got for the people to play and or watch besides themselves this week?
You know,
Yo,
yeah,
what?
watch yourself. About to have to get beside yourself. I know.
Go ahead, though.
Hey,
Stay in line. Man, listen, don't be. Listen. Listen, we can. I'll play the song and keep on playing. That's my zone.
Man, hey, look, I only been playing 2 games, and that is Warframe and Vampire. I've been enjoying Vampire. So for one, I'm gonna go ahead and suggest that. I'm sure I suggested it at some point or another. But I'm also gonna suggest a throwback. Any of these games, any game in the entire series except the Amadou, but go play a Metroid game. I suggest either any of the Prime series, or if you down for like the reason that it's called Metroid, or you know the whole Metroidvania thing, go play Fusion. Because it's all the way worth it. It's a vibe. It's a whole vibe, and I don't mean that in a mean way. It really is a vibe. Also, let me see. What should y'all watch? I feel like I watched something interesting, but I don't remember what it was.
My stream. Shameless plug.
Oh,
Whoa, camera went out of focus. Camera, come
actually,
back.
truth be told, I do want y'all to do that. I want y'all to pull up to everybody's streams because they all entertaining. And we like to hop in Discord and shoot the shit sometimes. Wild people. Oh my God. Stop it with the. So I'm just gonna let y'all know this about the third booty hole that she done dropped in chat today.
That's true.
I
Actually,
apologize ahead of time because it's
Oh my
legit like the
God.
third booty hole like object that she dropped in chat. So I just want y'all to know that the thoughts, opinions, and memes of the floor hugger and friends of the floor hugger do not reflect those of Level 1 Gaming.
I swear she posts that one every week too. She loves that one so much.
Man,
because I always try to do it when Dallas is talking because it always gets them.
because she loves Kim Kardashian's booty hole. I just think that's a fun word to say. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Booty hole.
Hey, also, I feel like I said this before, but go play Gris.
Yeah.
Demi's the one that put me onto that one, I think. But and I appreciate you for that, because
It's a good game about depression.
yeah, because I got depression. Also, go listen to this song by Zach Fox if you don't know it already, called Jesus is the One. I got depression. And so you don't look at me weird when I tell you that I did my balls in some $1,000 dressing.
Whoa, language.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Just go
Boy,
listen to the
HR,
song and you'll
where are
understand.
Where is HR?
Yeah,
HR.
coach.
He's
Like, y'all the one who putting booty holes in the chat.
HR's drinking because
This
HR
is
can't
company
deal with
culture.
this right now.
Yo,
This
we
is
gotta
company culture.
chill, y'all. We gotta chill.
Nah, but for real, I think that's it. I think that's all of them. So yeah, go check out everybody here's streams because most of them are hilarious. And believe it or not, Snips has got really good taste in music, and his chat usually does too. So
Why does that sound like a dig at him?
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying,
It's because I'm
His
white
chat-
passing. So
Believe it or
Like
not,
that.
you're not gonna believe this. Click this to see what happens next.
oh god.
we'll be right back after
This
this.
guy beats his doctors. Fuck
Hey,
Yo.
look at that dude.
Hey, yo,
Giving
next
that
up,
interview right there.
as I have him on the screen doing an interview we did with for Streets of Rage 4 last year at PAX 2020, kind of wink, because we know that TMNT game got announced today.
I don't
and,
know.
and we've built a relationship, with this publisher. But Citizen Snips, what you got for this week?
So nothing new to play. I've recommended, the stuff I've been playing constantly. I haven't tried any new games yet because I don't have time for that. Who has time for that? But I will recommend something to watch. Anime I started watching, and I have to pardon me for just a moment. Or you know what? I'm gonna try and get this from memory. It's one of those anime that has a really annoyingly long title, like that seems
Oh,
to be the
God.
trend nowadays. But it's Imagine a kid from the last dungeon boonies moved to a starter town. I think. I'm
What?
pretty sure that's the name of it.
Good God.
So
I can
basically,
unpack that.
it's a kind of a video game type world, right? But it's not an isekai. He was born and raised in this world. He's within this world. But he's from a village that's near like the last dungeon, the end game content, and he's like one of the weaker dudes from that village. And he moves to one of the starter town villages, like an early game village, and naturally he's just overpowered as hell. But the dude's like, he doesn't think he's strong, so he has all these weird confidence issues, and it's pretty funny. The game anime's got a lot of comedy in it, but it's a decent watch. I've enjoyed it. I think there's 9 episodes out so far. I don't know how many it's planned for, but it's been an entertaining watch for worth a couple chuckles. So I'd say check that out for sure.
Okay. My sister from another mister, Floor Thugger. What you got this week, sis?
Wow. So, what's up, y'all? How you doing? Your titties is looking nice tonight. So for TV shows, we got Narcos. If you guys like, Pedro
Narcos is
Pascal's
legit.
in one of, I don't know if he's in the original Narcos, but he is in one of the branch offs. But Narcos, if you love the story of the Mexican cartels and all the kind of stuff that behind the scenes, dramatized for TV, of course, but it's a pretty good Netflix show. Movies, I think this is on Amazon Prime. It's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's based off the old book that gave you nightmares when you would read it at the Scholastic Book Fair or whatever you got, or at school. So good. It's made by Guillermo del Toro, so you know it's going to be good. And they do a lot of practical effects instead of CG, so the monsters are all people in suits, and it's horrifying. And the movie is a little shaky, but the premise and the monster effects are pretty banging. For games, I'm going to say for an indie, and I said this last week, but I'm going to say again, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, banging. I have to play it in small chunks because, man, I already got the voices in my head competing with each other. I can't have another voice talking to me.
It will freak you out, man.
Oh,
It's
like,
good.
The
Make
worst
sure you wear
part is
headphones.
when you realize some of the voices are like helpful during like boss fights and stuff, and are telling you what to do, and you're like,
Yeah.
now I have to stop ignoring you and listen to you.
Yeah.
No.
Or when they scream at you, it's like, oh my god, okay. Hellblade is always good. And for big titles, since I'm playing with Trevor, Wolfenstein Youngblood. Sophia, the blonde one, is my whole dumbass jock energy, and that's where I like to live in my wheelhouse. That's what I got for you this week. These sexy people.
Hey, before I get to Demi, I do want to read a comment by Chakalaka because this movie is top tier Chris Tucker. He's recommending Money Talks because it's on Netflix. Now, I did watch it on Netflix last week. Money Talks is like top tier, like Chris Tucker. Like, this is a Chris Tucker I wish we could get back. But Demi, what you got this week?
I'm gonna just be honest. Overwatch got an update for 120 frames on the Series X.
Ooh.
So go play that. 4K 120. So it's a beautiful thing. I'm also currently going through a action platformer called Double Cross. It's pretty cool. Very dope indie title. No new anime recommendations. Go watch Fire Force. The current season is just going really good. The storytelling has actually been really good, and there's a lot of Soul Eater references in this particular one. So I'm having fun with this one. And as for shows, just I watched this show called Society. Teenagers trying to live in a non-law town. Like, they transport to a different town that looks like theirs, but it isn't. So teenagers, new society, no laws. It goes just about as bad as you think it can.
Okay. Listen, I got on a suggestion this week, and it's on screen right now, Streets of Rage 4. In honor of that TMNT trailer being announced, definitely would love to do some more work with this publisher, talk more about TMNT. We can get that locked down.
I'm going to give you guys, before we leave, because Chocolate said it's leaving, Money Talks is leaving Netflix, and I'm assuming your guys is Netflix.
Yeah.
Use
31st.
the Opera browser. It has a built-in VPN. It's not great, but you can switch it to different areas that have different kinds of stuff. So it's like a free built-in VPN. You can watch Netflix and Prime and whatever in Japan, and you can do all that for free if you use Opera. We're not sponsored. We're not winning anything. It's just a little hack I found.
But if they want to throw us a little bread, you know what I'm talking about.
I ain't gonna say no.
Hey, listen. Thank you guys for rocking with us once again. We really appreciate it. Do us a favor. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Hit that little bell if you want to show some loving. We're just trying to level 1 and get the name buzzing. You know what I'm saying? So we see you guys next week. Remember, Take Two tomorrow. Peep Game is Friday. Ready to press play on Saturday. You guys be safe and have a wonderful week. Peace.
Annyeong.